Hello guys, this is Veronica with Buzzing with V. Welcome to another video. Today's video is a challenge for Sybil B's Memorydex challenge, and it ends in 2 days. And so what we have to do is create a Memorydex and just post a video. That's it. So I will link her channel in the description below. For those of you who do not know her, she is a very sweet lady and a very crafty crafter. So I'd suggest that you go check her out, and I'm sure you will like her. She's very sweet. Thank you, Sybil, for hosting this challenge. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to make this Memorydex for you. And so I had no idea what I was doing. It was a last minute thing. I actually did it yesterday, the 7th at 10. I believe I started at 10 p.m. and it is now May 8th, 1:40 in the morning, and I am editing this video so I can get it up to her. That way she doesn't have to watch other videos, including mine. I just wanted to ease the timing for her. So here it is, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I have no clue how this Memorydex is going to turn out. I ran out of the Sunny Days collection also, and so I'm trying to use up whatever I have left of it. And this is what is happening right now. I'm deciding where to place things at, and I decided to use this old photo that came in the collection. It's an actual sheet of paper with a bunch of old photos, black and white photos. And so what I did is, that was my last one. I did a hole punch, and then I cut some glittered cardstock from the paper pad, and used it to create a border around that picture. And so I think it went well, and I figured, I'm going with circles, so I might as well just go with circles. And so I decided to use the foil, white and gold foil cardstock, and make a circle also as a background to kind of give it some sort of design, and it's not just a matte pink in the background. And I love this collection. This collection, just everything just flows together, and at first you think it doesn't, but once it's down and set, you just look at what you've created, and it just goes. Like, at first I was hesitant on using the white and gold foil cardstock, and in the end it just went well with the theme. And so here I'm cutting just some of these what are these called, camera, I guess, just a camera, a border, or, well, it's part of the paper pad, so it's an actual paper. And I'm just rambling now, sorry. So I use the I could barely see what I'm doing here, editing on my phone, so it's really hard for me to see. So here we have this pelican, and it is a chipboard pelican, and we have the camera in the background, and I used the navy. And since I used the navy, I wanted to use another color for navy just to tie it in. And so you'll see me use my paper bow that I created. And I also put a chipboard seashell in the back. And I think it just ties in the pink and ties in the golds and then ties in the navy all in one. And everything just flows together and matches. And I'm gluing this this photo right here onto the glittered cardstock, and I'm going to set everything with some some hot glue. I ran out of this glue stick, so I ended up getting a glue pen. And here we are, a glue pen. And so I use that. I like to use the glue stick. It kind of gives, when I use a glue stick on my Memorydex, it makes the paper a little harder per se, a little tougher, and like it's thick cardstock. And so that's why I like to do that. And I made a mistake here. I was supposed to put that large circle underneath that that mint pattern paper, and so I decided to shove it in there and then just glue it on, and it worked out. You see me using that pink airplane, and you'll see that that airplane rips, and I was so bummed when it ripped because I really wanted to use it and I didn't have another one, so I had that blue one, and that blue one wasn't working because it was just too much blue, I thought, and it was just overshadowing my favorite colors, which are the pastels and the gold. And so I had to use something else, and I was so bummed. I kept trying to fit it in even after it ripped, but it didn't work out. So I'm just gluing everything down with hot glue, and there is my bow that I just adore the striped cardstock paper. It is so my favorite. Even if it's not pastels, I just love it. I try to fit this sequence trim on, and it doesn't go in the front, but I end up using it, and you'll see. And so here we are, and I'm gonna take off this airplane, and right when I move it over, or when I take it off of my finger, bam, it tears. And I just about wanted to cry. Even my 5-year-old says, "Mom, are you crying?" I was so heartbroken, just torn in two over that. I really was sat on that airplane. And so I try to use this blue one, it doesn't work out. It just doesn't bring it together. And so I have this empty space there, and I try to use the thickers, and it didn't work out, and I couldn't find anything to use. Trying to use a word, I was thinking of sun or vacay, but there's words right there on the black and white picture there, so I didn't want to take away from that. And so I'm trying to incorporate this bodysuit. It's a yellow, trying to tone down that navy, but I didn't like the yellow. Also wanted to use the green bodysuit, and it didn't work out. The tassel also, I want that tassel on there. It's gonna happen, and I do make it happen. I keep fiddling with it, and you'll see. And so I tried that butterfly since I was running out of ephemera, and I just cut that off of the paper pad. What is it called? It's late. Sorry, I can't talk. You guys know what I mean. the cover of the paper pad. And so I cut it, and it was too much blue, so I ended up cutting the umbrella off, and it worked out. The umbrella is good. I do not use that tool, that dotted tool. After all, I like the umbrella, and so I still needed something to tone down that blue, and so I used this gold foil die cut that I die cut a while ago, and it's a little miniature tag with a heart in the middle. And so I just hot glue both of those on the umbrella and the tag, and I move on to this tassel, and I made that tassel. It's handmade, and I use crochet thread for that in the light blue. I love the color. That's my colors: light pastel blues, pinks, mint. And so all I do is I use hot glue to attach it to the Memorydex. And what I was going to do initially was punch a hole and then use a what is that called, jump ring, to clip it on, but I decided to glue it on. It just looks better because I can fan out the tassel and just give it give it some character. And I want to use the string that's hanging from the tassel, and so I just glue it to the back. And so here I am creating a pocket for the back of the Memorydex, and I use the pastel pink and I cut that in half so I can create the pocket. And I use a glue pen to glue that on, and also I forgot what this glue is. It's a tape glue. Oh, I forgot the name. The brand says Soak Wang, I think, and I forgot what it's called, but I'll probably remember after this video is over. So there I glue the string from the tassel, and then I add, see, what is that? What is that? Tape glue? I forget. I know I'm gonna remember after this and be like, oh yeah, I remember now when it's too late. So I remember I needed glue at the bottom, and so I just use a pen to do that. We're just about done here, and I'm just gonna finish some last minute touches. And so I just add this sequence trim to the back of the pocket. I just laid down some silicone flowers in the back so the hot glue doesn't smudge and glue the pocket together, because knowing me, that would happen to me. So I need silicone. I need those little silicone flowers I made because they save me from a lot of errors. Just cutting the excess off here. And I really love how it came out in the end. Like I said, I had no clue. I'm just showing you it's a pocket. I had no clue how it was going to turn out. I had no clue what I was going to do. I had no idea. I just got all my stuff out and saw what I had, and it took me about an hour to finish. And so I cut a lot of the footage off to make it a little shorter. And so I'm just gluing some little circles I punched out with my paper puncher. And I believe this is it right here. I don't see anything else that I would add to it. But in the end, I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really happy with it. I did not know it was going to come out this good. And so yeah, I'm tooting my own horn, but I really love it. So there it is, you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Until next time, you guys. Bye.